tonight. We're making more history. We're doing very important work. This is the definitive. Tonight we're hashing out what the best VHS cover art is. I have some selections. You can like throw some in there, guys, if you want to. We're doing this. And we're going to start with Ghoulies. Those retro ads almost feel like the... Dan, you're silly. The furniture one, I can see exactly what you're saying, though. It's got that porno vibe. But yeah, this is it. What we're going to do is like... All right, scale of 1 to 10. When I pull one up, give it a number. And then I'm going to take those, average them out. They'll battle it out if they need to. And we're going to come down to like one victor. So we'll start with Ghoulies. This is one of my favorite cover arts. I will say though, and this is like to you got to think like this is the best of the best. So it's okay to give something a low number. Because I love the Ghoulies cover art. It's very like, I think back then they used to like aim this shit to kids. I mean, it's like a little monster sticking out of a toilet with like suspenders on. Like a little kid my age like gravitated towards that. And I'll always love it. I like the lighting and shit too. The little like purple glow on that one side. But I don't think it's like among the best very high. I'm going to give it a conservative 3. I'm going to give it a 3. Dan's giving it a 10, which is very high. 10's the max, Dan. You think that Ghoulies is the best cover art ever? Like, try to think in terms of like cream of the crop. A 1 is still like in the top. So it's okay to give something like a lower score for this. Because I don't want a bunch of 10s, man. If we have a bunch of 10s, all this is for nothing. That's what I'm saying, man. A 3 of the best cover arts? 3 is still a good... 3 in this capacity is still a 10 among all cover arts, if that makes sense. Because if we just slap 10s on everything, nothing's going to win. There are other 10s. Oh yeah, there are tons of other 10s. 7 and 8. All right. Daily Ghost, what's up, by the way? He gives it a 7. And Ben gives it an 8. Yeah, like against each other, like if you think like just running through these, like some of them have to be better than the others, man. Like, yes, they all are 10s. That's why they're on this list. But if we just give them all 10s, man, we got to rank them among the best. And I'm safe. I'm comfortable giving this a 3, as much as I love it, as much as it's one of the best. Great cover for a scene that doesn't happen in the movie. They added the little scene, man. I mean, like, it doesn't go anywhere. It's just a little scene, but they stepped it up in the second one. Made it all worth it. In the second one, he does actually get somebody in the end. Dan sticking with a 10, that's cool, man. That's your prerogative. I get it. I think the reason I don't give it a higher score is kind of just because it is a like miniature, like a photograph, instead of like one of those like cool paintings like Drew Struzan does and shit. That's all like, you know. This is awesome. It's iconic, but it is a photograph. I think that's why I'm giving it a little bit of a lower number. The Ghoulies poster terrorized an entire generation. I mean, it's like, it was always one of my, because that was a thing when I was a kid, and I know I'm not alone in this here, but like going to the video store was like going to an art gallery, and I would just like look at all the horror movies, and this was one I always like gawked at. It leaves a mark, very memorable along with that name, yeah. It's a great one, man. But is it as great as Dead Alive? This is a great one too. This is another one that is like a photograph. But seeing that sticks in your head forever. It's just fucking creepy. Imagine all the kids shitting on the carpet and blaming the dog. But yeah, I think this is just like, it's simple and effective. I mean, it doesn't really make sense. Why is there a tiny skull in this chick's mouth? Is it like a tiny skeleton trying to like break out of her body or something? Who knows? It's fucked up though. But again, it's a photograph that like strikes lower for me. I'm gonna give this one a 1. I don't think it's as good as Ghoulies. It does belong in the top conversation, but it's pretty low for me. Ghost gives it a 6. Dan gives it an 8. And Ben gives it a 6. The skull size is a factor for me. Like, for it or against it? Because I kind of think it like goes for it. It makes it weirder. Because like, even if the skull was that small, it wouldn't fit there. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are her teeth in this? Or does the skeleton like cut off right there? Like right above his eyes? It's weird because the imagery seems to reference the title more than the film. And of course the title isn't the original title. True. Definitely made you pick up the VHS and investigate. That's the main thing with these, man. That's what they were there to do. It looks like a Tales from the Crypt movie. I agree with that. Especially with that font. Like the green 90s ass font. Is it a shrunken head dude? Or like a baby? But yeah, I think it was just like they didn't put that much thought into it. It's just creepy. And that works. It is creepy. But is it as creepy as Night of the Creeps? I've always loved this cover art. There's something like fancy about it, I guess. Maybe it's because of like the suit and flowers. But it like seems like a postcard or like something like that. or a Valentine's card or something. What's up, Brandon? I don't know what man, this one is gonna go higher than the last two for sure. I'm gonna give this one what should I give it, man? It's so cool. It's creepy as shit. It's like a zombie prom date, like leering at you through a window. It's got the cool font. I love the Night of the Creeps like font down there. This one also has another option that's pretty fucking sick. It's like that zombie hand coming through the window trying to open the door. That's another like good contender, but I picked this one because it's like unique. I'm gonna give it a 6. Daily Ghost is gonna give it an 8. Dane's gonna give it a 6. Yeah, the tagline is gold. Yeah, it is pretty perfect. It's good shit. And Ben's giving it a 6. The tagline kills, but it's one that I always forget. Looks like a Christopher Pike book. Yeah, it does kind of look like a book cover too, maybe. You always forget the movie or the like the cover art. Because it is one that's like I think it's because a lot of the releases don't have this. This is the one I always saw in the video store. And then they came out with that DVD with like that garbage ass like yellow shit. I don't even know what the fuck that was. It's similar to many cover arts from the time. I disagree, man. I think it's very unique. I mean, like, not necessarily like the picture, but like the framing and like the colors. I think it looks like I said, like a Valentine's Day card, or like Ben said, like a book cover. But there's not, it's just, it's pretty simple. There's not like a whole lot going on with it. I feel like among others, this one stands out. Yeah. It's always stuck with me. But did it stick with me as much as Halloween 3 Season of the Witch did? I had a hard time picking between like the big franchises because a lot of them have like really good cover art, also just like similar cover art to each other. But I picked Halloween 3 because I like Halloween the holiday, and this is like iconic holiday imagery. You've got this sick ass font right here. It bleeds down into the image of the kids silhouette across the like sunset. The tagline is beautiful. The night no one comes home. That's practically a spoiler. It's beautiful. I'm picking Feruza up on her first date dressed like that. This poster scared the heck out of me as a kid. Dan, you're giving this one a 3, dude? Oh my god. Dan gives it a 3. I'm giving this one another 6, I think. No, I'm giving it an 8. Just because it's Halloween, man. Like, not the movie, The Holiday. It makes me think of like the holiday of Halloween, and that fills me with joy. Yeah, the tagline's perfect. Ghost gives it a 7. It totally conveys the change in story and tone. I never feared trick-or-treaters tearing my balls off on the shitter, Chris. Well, dude, that's it. This one isn't scary, okay? This one is cathartic. I mean, you've got the fucking iconic costumes just silhouetted against this red sky. And like, this scene is in the movie, so that it adds that to it. Ben gives it a 4. I don't know about this cover. The Halloween 3 part is cool, but the cover is so vague, I wouldn't know if I'd immediately rent it. Yeah, I can get that too. This one is a lot of legacy. Like, it's 100% one you appreciate more after you've seen the movie. I can get that logic. The silhouette encapsulates the feeling of Halloween perfectly. I agree. Yeah, it could be orange. I think that it's hard to tell with like this image is probably just darker than like the actual VHS. So it probably is orange. Basing my score on what I want to watch the movie based on the cover. I mean, that's not a bad way to go. What would you give this one? This is a personal favorite of mine. This is like a me pick. I feel like technically it doesn't really belong in here, probably according to popular opinion, but I fucking love this cover. And like, when I saw this cover, I immediately wanted to watch the movie. And not only that, but unlike a lot of movies at the time, this form of her was actually like in the movie, like to a T. And I can see this one scoring low. This is one I like snuck in there because it was always a favorite of mine. And, you know, at the end of the day, I decide these things and nobody can stop me. Is Fright Night on the list? No, it is not. I can throw it in maybe as a late entrant if the people demand it. If I'm going based on boner size, it's a 10. Dan, you don't have to go on boner size, dude. There are other criterias. I'm giving this one a slick 5 right down the middle. It's pretty special. I like the background too, like this fucking red background with the tree and the moon. It's a very aesthetically pleasing cover. Ghost gives it a 3. Dan gives it a 9. It's a great cover, dude. I mean, I think the draw for me when I was a kid was like, what the fuck? Like, she's not a zombie, like a traditional zombie. And she's got like glass shards and like Catwoman claws. and like that spring in her forearm there. And you just kind of want to like know what the fuck is going on with that. Big mark against it. Stonewashed jeans. Dude, I disagree. Those are stonewashed Daisy Duke shorts. Ben's giving it a 5 as well. You've not seen the film, dude? You need to go watch it immediately. It's one of my favorites of the franchise for sure. It's not as good as the original. Nothing really is, if we're being honest, but it's more like a 90s, like Brian Usna classic. And it's a cool direction for the franchise, in my opinion. It sticks with like the theme of like counterculture, but it's like a little more grunge than punk rock because you're in the 90s. That's the mom from the OC2. That's what I know her from. She also made that Killer Tongue movie, which is pretty entertaining. She passed on playing Xena? That would have been cool. It would have been very different. All right, we got that one tallied up. Now let's move on to the original Return, which this is a 10. I'm not going to beat around the bush on that one, dude. This is a solid 10. This is one of my favorite cover arts of all time. It's perfect. It's fucking sick as shit. You've got 2 punk rock zombies, and this guy is spray painting the title of the movie on a tombstone. It's got their little like footstone with extra shit on it. This is a perfect movie cover. This is one of the sickest movie covers ever. I've got it hanging up behind me. Ben gives it a 10. Yeah, I knew this would happen. Ghost gives it an 11. I'm gonna should we should we break the ranking system for Return of the Living Dead? We got I'm putting it down for a 10. We won't do that. So this one got 10s across the board. I'm not even a huge fan of the film. Ghost, you're killing me, dude. You haven't seen the third one and you're not a fan of the original? This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Like, I think I talked about this a long time ago in a stream, how like I've kind of abandoned picking a definitive favorite, and I just kind of have like a top whatever, and they kind of just like oscillate. But this is always at like number 1, 2, or 3 somewhere in my mind. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. But it goes to 11. I almost did, man. I almost let you, but I can't do it. Favorite zombie movie for sure. Just never connected with it. That's sad. Well, how did you connect with Dream Warriors? Could still click one day. I hope it does, because yeah, it's one of the greatest movies ever. But yeah, Dream Warriors, Drew Struzan, He always does the little eye thing. Every poster has like something going on with the eye. You've got, admittedly, not a great representation of the actual cast, but roughly the at least 4 of the cast members on his claw. Good shit. Oh man, this one's gonna be high too. This is gonna be this is gonna be a 9 for me. 10 for Ben. 7 for Daniel. And a 9 for Ghost. Definitely put this up in my man cave. Yeah, I got it right there, man. I mean, it is one of my favorite cover arts. I would put Dream Master personally above Dream Warriors, but I totally understand going with this one. Yeah, that shade of green is pretty nice. Man, Nightmare on Elm Street, the franchise, killed it with the colors, man. Like, I love the lighting in the, like, part 4 and on, and, like, Freddy's Nightmares. That, like, pink and green lighting. That's my favorite shit. I wish life was lit that way. But yeah, we'll move on to the next one, which is Demonic Toys. I mainly put this in because I feel like Full Moon has to be represented. Full Moon was the video store like staple. They had this very particular style of cover arts that I don't think would win any awards, but they're very iconic. And this was always my favorite of the bunch. You could put Puppet Master ones in here too in its place, but this is my personal favorite of the Full Moon movies. Probably just because it was Demonic Toys. That's a cool concept, right? I like how the toys is written with a crayon. I always liked how they do this like glow behind whatever's standing there on Full Moon covers. Ben gives it a 7. Dan gives it a 7. I am going to go lower. This is more on par with Ghoulies to me, but not as good as Ghoulies. I'm actually going to give this a 1. And Ghost is going to give it a 2. Next up, we've got House. This one is like legendary too in my eyes. This is like one of those perfect cover arts. It kind of combines like the minimalist look with the like extremely detailed, like sick ass zombie hand. It's a beautiful cover art. And like also, you know, just going a little into like the sequels, how like House 2, it's holding up the 2 fingers or whatever. Like, that's good shit. I don't know if they did that with 3 and 4. I don't think so, but 1 and 2 have like the cover arts that are like in succession or whatever. Let me write it down real quick. I'm going to give this I think I'm going to give it a 7. 7 seems right. It's pretty sick. It's one that definitely always stuck with me. Made me want to see the movie. Ghost's giving it a 10. Dan's giving it a 5. Ben's giving it a 4. All right, we'll knock some out here. Next, we've got Jason Takes Manhattan. Again, like I mentioned with a few of these could be interchanged with other franchise entries, honestly. But Jason Takes Manhattan is a pretty good one to pick, I think. I don't know, man. This one this is also a photo, but there's a lot more going on. And I love the lighting, dude. The lighting is beautiful with that red, with the blue, like cutting up the center. I think I'm going to give this 7. I'm giving it a 7. All right. Ghost is giving it a 10. I do think my personal favorite of them all, it goes back and forth because they're all great, but I love, like right now I'm feeling part 6 with that tombstone that says Jason Lives on it. But that's an aside. This is the one we finally decided on. 9, Daniel says, because he feels like the tagline could be better. New York has a new problem. That's like really like a mainstreamy like hook kind of tagline that's not really like Jason centric for fans. It was just to get like everybody in the seats. It's a like a catchy title, but you could have put that on any like action or horror movie that took place in New York. I have this poster on the wall, so I'll give it a 6, says Ben. Was just gonna say the tagline was perfect for that era of New York. Yeah. If it was the I Love New York poster, it would be an 8. See, I've always liked this one better. Probably just because it's the one I saw. The I Love New York one is cool too. But this is the one that I always like stared at in the video store. I was stoked to see Jason Raising Hell in New York City. Yeah, this is the first one I ever saw, dude. I remember the night well. I was like free HBO weekend. This was in like early 90s, like I think 92, 93. My parents were asleep. I remember I had just watched fucking, what's that movie with Al Bundy and the kid? That had just ended and this was starting. And I made it into the first scene where he kills him with the harpoon gun or whatever. And I got spooked. That was my first experience watching a Friday the 13th movie. Dutch, that's right. Great movie, holds up. But yeah, Dutch was ending and this came on. All right. Next up, we got Army of Darkness, another one of my favorites of all time. Ghost, you better not say you don't like this movie. I'll cry, dude. But this is one of those, like, it's got a lot of little details in it. And yeah, it's beautiful, man. It's perfect. It has more of like a fantasy movie meets like cheesy romance novel kind of vibe, which is obviously intentional. And it's beautiful, man. I see this one getting high scores. I'm giving this a 10. This is an easy 10 for me. Dan gives it a 10. Ghost gives it an 8. And Ben gives it a 9. Ash is ripped. He is, man. I mean, he's not in real life. But this, like, ideal image of him sure is. But yeah, man, you've got the tire. You've got the little dudes poking them in the ankles. You've got all the deadites. The castle. The, like, dudes back there. The chick. Chainsaw hand. That right there, that's the big thing, man. That got me. That got me in the fucking door. A dude with a chainsaw hand? Are you kidding me? Gonna get more fucking metal than that? That's like the coolest thing I'd ever seen up to that point. I lost my mind when I first saw it, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be on the Evil Dead show tomorrow. On cable channel 11. Campbell was probably in the best shape of his life for this movie. I mean, yeah, he did kind of get like he wasn't ripped, but he was in good shape for that one. I think because he knew he was going to be like having his chest hanging out for most of the movie. Traded it in for a metal hand 10 minutes into the movie. True, but it was a sick metal hand. He crushed that cup like it was nothing, dude. And that was one of those old school, like, I don't even think it was metal. It was like iron, cast iron cup. All right, I'll be right back. I'm going to dip out for a split second and we'll get right back into this. I'll leave you with these commercials again.
Game over? No way! Because we got Game Genie. We tell you when it's over.
Selected and packed with care.
This morning, I got a game of one-on-one with Crazy Mutt. He tried to lick my arms and legs and head off, but I had on my new BK diamond cells, which made me hard to catch. Once we went up for a loose ball in slow motion, and the hologram tag hypnotized him and he fell over. I did a 40-foot vertical jump and made my special dog whistle sound, which momentarily melted him. It was not hard to score then, and I won 20 to 18.
The new BK Dyma cells.
Attention Games Warrior, begin!
The name for your games, Circuit City. Plug in and save on Beavis and Butthead. Save on Mortal Kombat 2. Save on Donkey Kong Country. Become a Games Warrior. Buy one game and get $5 off the second.
Remember the name for your games, Circuit City!
To whom it may concern, for the past few weeks.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Also, I feel like I need to make more of those commercial blocks. I don't want y'all to get like sick of that when I have to play it so often. They've kept a tight lid on the details for Evil Dead Burn. I don't know, man. I think I'm just becoming an old curmudgeon. Like, I don't care. And that's weird, dude. But after that last one, which I didn't hate, but I didn't like it as much as I should have for an Evil Dead movie. I don't know, I can't get excited. And that's happening a lot these days with new, like, mainstream movies. They're all the same, man. But anyway, next up we've got Creepshow. This is one of my favorites of all time. Another perfect fucking cover art. One of the coolest cover arts I've ever seen in my life to this day. And this is another 10 for me. Easy 10. The zombie ticket taker, man. It's simple. He's like in there with cobwebs, his little hands hanging out, holding out tickets. The classic Creepshow font. It's beautiful. Ghost gives it a 9. I figure this one will score high too. I think the trend with it is like, all of my favorites are these really detailed like paintings that show a lot of like gnarly fucking rotten skin and shit. There's always eyeballs hanging out and stuff. Those are some of the best cover arts. Yeah, you just don't have shitty art tonight. I have to go 10. Ben with the 7. Too drab. I can see that. The colors are a little bit like, you know, it's all brown. The only thing that really cuts into it is that red, but I don't know, man. It's so beautiful. Next up, we got Slumber Party Massacre. The only reason I put this one on here is because icon status. This is another photo one, but this cover art, like the framing of it being like his penis hanging down, that's like such an iconic like thing to like bite off of for all of the like sleazy slasher movies, right? It's like they did it in all the Slumber Party movies and all of the little spin-offs of it, and then like all the time you see like a little indie slasher movie that'll kind of like ape this style. So that's why I put it on here. I thought it deserved to at least be a contender. Have a shot. You like the 2 cover better? Yeah. The weird thing about the 2 cover, it's not framed the same way with like from behind with the dude and they're like looking up. He's still like hanging the guitar down, but it's like a different shot. But yeah, that one's mainly cool because of the guitar, right? Yeah, I wish part 1 had the colors of part 2. Dan, I don't know what you'd rate this, man. Probably an 11. 12. All right. Dan's giving it a 10. Ghost is going 8. I mean, I'm giving it a 1. Again, still, that doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that among these top, it doesn't rank very high. The tagline is hot doo doo. I don't know. That might not be the original tagline. I'm not sure. Close your eyes for a second and sleep forever. That's a pretty doo doo tagline. Oh, I think I was talking about Creepshow 2 cover over 1. Yeah, Creepshow 2's cover art is cool too. Ben gives it a fizzive. On to the next one. Society. This is... I feel like some of these I just give 10s. This is another 10 for me. I fucking love Society's cover art. It's so... This is another one that's kind of got that minimalist look because it's just a completely black background. And you've got these like rich people and one of them's like peeling their face off. That's sick. And the tagline is one of those like, it's more just true than clever. But yeah, this one's a 10 for me. This is something I want like on a shirt. 6 from Ghost. I'm surprised you don't like this one more, Ghost. I figured this was like a Ghost cover art for sure. 6? Oh no. My Society isn't doing as well as I thought. Yeah, excellent tagline. And Dan gives it an 8. Yeah, I'm thinking about, I have the file to like put one on TeePublic, but I don't know, because it's a little bit of a bigger movie. Like I think MGM owns it. It might get like taken down, but I've thought about putting it up on TeePublic just because I want it. The font and everything bugs you. Yeah, I mean, the font's like fine. It doesn't super add much to it. But what do you think of the font on Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation? This is another me one that I like had to sneak in because this is one of the coolest cover arts ever in my opinion. Just the rated R having a white background bugs you. Oh no. But yeah, this one, look, I don't care what you say about the movie. I love the movie. I've made no secret of that. I think it's better than people give it credit for by far. But even if you hate the movie, look at this cover art, dude. Because this was like, I believe like 96, 97, 98, roundabout when it came out. And it's like something out of the 80s. It's perfect. It's got the freaking chainsaw lipstick. And it's like throwing sparks off of her lip. Oh, I'm not hearing the movie is ass, Dan. The movie's not ass. That movie is underrated as shit. But I'll digress and not get into that. But it's a good movie. Dan gives it a 7. I'm going to be a little more conservative, but I am giving it an 8. A pretty high score. Ben gives it a 7 for creativity. And a 4 from Ghost. I want to like it more than I actually do. Have you seen the director's cut? Like the Scream Factory one? Because that adds so much to the movie. The stuff they cut, it wasn't even much. And like the reordering they did, they cut out some of the most important shit. The shit that gives the movie like a little bit more depth than it has. Like I know the ending's insane and you can take that how you want it. I still like it. But yeah, that initial stuff, like especially with the chick's dad and her friend, the like ditzy cheerleader who's actually smart. But this isn't about that. I need to chill on the defending it because I could defend it forever. But we'll move on to Chopping Mall. This is a legendary cover art. And you can probably guess what I'm going to give it. Illuminati flying a crop duster into them. Now, see, that wasn't the Illuminati, man. That was somebody in a plane, I think, in my opinion, independently seeing she needed help and taking Leatherface out. That's my take on that. But even if it was, that's cool too, because, I mean, the Illuminati was there. Ghost gives her a 9. Ben gives her a 9. Classic. Yeah, title alone, Chopping Mall. And you've got the robot hand. You've got the freaking severed head peeking out of the bag. But this is one that is like the most leading. This is like one of the like iconic misleading cover arts too. I like the tagline. We're shopping cost you an arm and a leg. That's good shit. And like this robot hand very much looks like when I was a kid and I saw this, I imagined Terminator in a mall. Because this is a very like advanced robot hand. And then you basically get in there and get fucking short circuit. Basically. There's not even any chopping. Yeah. Very true. It should be called Laser Mall. That's a horrible title though, so don't call it that. Dan gives it an 8. I'm gonna not give it a 10. I want to give it a 10 kind of, but I'm gonna give it a... I'm gonna give it an 8 too. Great, sticks with you, makes you want to see the movie for sure. But is it as interesting as Child's Play 2? Original title was Killbots. I feel like I could take all those bots. Yeah, I mean, probably. They would be intimidating at first. But then once you realize, like, oh, they're just like little clunky, like dudes on little rollers. They're not very like agile or accurate. Once you like calm down, you could dance around them pretty easy. I feel like get up behind one and fuck it up. Rip out some cables. There's a horror novel called Laser Mall, but does it have killer robots? Yeah, are there even any lasers in it? But yeah, Child's Play 2. This was an easy choice in the Child's Play franchise, I feel like. This is just like, I don't know, man. This is like the crossover to where franchises are starting to feel like franchises, like a brand. And Child's Play 2 is, the movie plays into that with all of the like good guy accessories he uses to kill people with. And this plays into that. This little like scared Jack in the Box about to get his head chopped off with giant scissors. It's just a fun, cool fucking cover art. Sorry, Jack, Chucky's back. That's that classic Child's Play like humor. But I feel like in the best of the best, it ranks a little bit lower for me. I'm probably gonna give it a 1. As great as it is, it's definitely on the low end of this scale. Ghost gives it a 5. Barely any effort. I don't know, man. I mean, I kind of can't tell, but is this a painting or is it practical? Like an actual photograph? I think it's an actual photograph. I could be wrong about that, but, and if that's the case, I mean, it's pretty cool that they actually like made this Jack in the Box. Dan gives it a 6. And Ben gave it a 9. That's high, Ben. The Jack in the Box face is cool, though. I mean, it's a great cover, man. We're talking about the different novelizations of Chopping Mall. Is it like the movie novelization? If so, how did that thing get a fucking novelization? Like, I love the movie, but Wynorski classics don't usually get film novelizations. You know what I'm saying? Definitely renting this, yeah. I mean, it's definitely something that made you want to rent the movie. Child's Play was so big at the time. Child's Play 2 was a shoe-in, and this movie or this poster art definitely made you want to see it. But can you say the same for Dolls? And I say yes, you can. Dolls is sick cover art. Again, going through this, I'm just starting to realize how many of these have like a pure black background. I never really paid attention. This kind of has the full moon thing going on. The blue glow behind it. And yeah, this one is just something that sticks with you. It's super fucking creepy. Like, maybe not now, but back in the day when you were a kid and you didn't see shit like this, just to see a doll who's like pulled her eyeballs out and is holding them up to look at you with them is pretty fucking creepy, dude. And yeah, this is one that always stuck with me in the video store. pretty whatever tagline. I'm probably gonna give this one a 5. It's a good solid 5. Yeah, doing the Real monsters. Ghost is gonna give this a 7. I wonder if that's where they got that. Grum is based on the Dolls cover. And then 2 6s from Daniel and Ben. So we did write a book called Hacking Mall, which is different from Chopping Mall. Okay, well that sounds very confusing. Next up we got Waxwork. This is a banger for me. This is a combination of this is like the little dude photoshopped in front of some beautiful artwork. Look at all those faces, dude. They're all melted together. More fun than a barrel of mummies. This is just, it's good stuff, man. Always one of my favorite. Another one I really just want on a t-shirt. Super bad. Because it's so sick. I'm probably going to give this one an 8. Daily Ghost is also giving it an 8. Dan's a 9. Stop on by and give Afterlife a try. This one has 2 taglines. 8, stuck with you since childhood. Yeah, it's sick, man. It's one of the ones you never forget. Kind of like April Fool's Day, which doesn't really stick with you. I've always just kind of liked this cover art. In hindsight, I probably shouldn't have put it in here, but it's in here. So we're gonna we're gonna include it. I'm starting to wonder in hindsight why I put it. I've always liked it though. I think it's just because it, like, when I was a kid, it creeped me out. Like, because again, kid brain. It's just like, this chick is so, like, psychotic that she tied her hair into a noose. Like, is she gonna hang somebody with it on her hair? That's just dumb kid brain. But yeah, I've always kind of liked this poster art. That being said, though, this is an easy one for me. I'm questioning why I even put it on the list now, after looking at all those other beautiful ones. 5. You like it, but it's not at the top. Yeah. I don't know. I put it on here, dude. Guess who's going to be the life of the party? This one has 2 taglines as well. Then at the bottom it says, a cut above the rest. Both pretty meh taglines. They could have improved that by saying, guess who's going to be the death of the party? That would be a little better, I think. And Ghost is giving this one an 8. High score for this one. Excited to see what the Friday the 13th guys were coming up with next. All right. We'll move on. to TCM2. I love this fucking cover art. This is one of the first instances of like meta parody I ever experienced, probably. Like, if you get this poster, it's fucking hilarious. It, of course, is like a parody of the Breakfast Club. And I mean, I don't know, man. It's like, this one isn't so much artfulness as it is creativity and like originality of just basically blatantly biting like a big movie of the time and putting this like redneck cannibal family in their place. That's like awesome to me. It's very much in line with the spirit of like Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. And it's got Chop Top. So yeah. This one I'm gonna give it a 10. Ben's gonna give it an 8. Dan's a 7. And Ghost is... I bet Ghost likes this one. I have a feeling he does. Great. I've always loved the mask and like prom tuxedo vibe of Leatherface in this one. That's good shit. One of his best looks. Not the best mask, but like looks wise. He's got the little flower on his pocket, dude. That fucking loud ass tie. This is another one I would hang on the wall or I would wear a shirt of endlessly. And then that tagline, after a decade of silence, the buzz is back. That's a great tagline. Ghost says he thinks his message didn't go through. Hang on. We're holding, buddy. No rush. Did it like block it? Oh, you used the word shot. That's a spooky word, man. You can't be talking about shootings out here. The YouTube police hate it. 10. Ghost gives it a 10 as well. I wish Amy Leibovitz had photographed this one too. They probably couldn't pull her though, right? I'm assuming, is that the person who shot the Breakfast Club photo? All right, up next, The Gate. This is like a little bit of a more simple one, but I like it because it's a logo. Like the title is the picture. And it's very logo-y. You could put this logo, like remove all the detail and put that logo on a hat or a shirt. But then once you add all this shit around it where it's like the little demon hands coming out and the eyes glowing and like a hole in somebody's backyard. It's good stuff. This one ranks a little lower though. I'm gonna give it a 2. Dan gives it an 8. This one has a long, drawn out tagline. There's a passageway a gate behind which the demons wait to take back what was once theirs. Pray it's not too late. Oh, Ghost is throwing it, like mixing it up here. He's giving it a 7.9. I'm going to put that. No, man. I don't hate it. 2, these are the best of the best, man. Like everything on this list is a 10, right? In the world of overall cover arts. But among this company, it's like compared to Return and stuff like that, like it's a 2 out of like the top. So no, I don't hate it. It's still one of my favorites. 5, love the movie but indifferent to the poster. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I can understand why somebody wouldn't like it that much. Like, I could see people questioning why it's even on the list, but I think I always liked it because it's unique, because the title is part of the picture that gives it points. Next up is Silent Night, Deadly Night. This one made the list for the creep factor, especially when I was a little kid. And kind of similar to Dolls, like you didn't see this kind of shit. Like this was probably my first like exposure to like really taking a wholesome image like Santa Claus and putting an axe in his hand. So it always stuck with me because of that. I think it deserves to be on this list. Good tagline. You made it through Halloween. Now try and survive Christmas. Great font too. Iconic font. Ghost gives it a 10. Made the controversy worse, yeah. You can tell though, if you look, that's like, you can tell that's fake icicles. Just an observation. It looks like they like made some icicles out of plastic and sprayed like that spray foam snow on it. Dan's giving this a 9. I am going to be super conservative. As much as what I just said is true, this is a lower one for me. I'm going to give it a 2. I'm going to say it's a tie with the game in terms of this company. Yeah, and I also think that Silent Night, Deadly Night, the toy maker, is an exceptionally awesome cover art too. Nothing that's ever going to make like a top list, but I've always liked that one too. So insanely offensive in 1984. Yeah, I mean, that's when people were still kind of like, I don't know, like they still thought Santa Claus was a religious figure or something. We hadn't come bitter and jaded enough to dwell on the fact that it's a Coca-Cola mascot. So people still associated it with Christianity somehow. And Ben is a 7. Higher than I thought it would get, actually, with that 10 and 9. Next up, we've got... Okay, so Scream, this cover specifically. And I know it's going to get shit on hard, especially by Dan. But I love this cover art. This one specifically. The like VHS, like cast member, like shaded blue with red lips and shit going over them. That specific VHS cover. Because it's like really like pop art. Like it's almost like Andy Warhol-y kind of like pop art, which fits perfectly with what the movie was. And yeah, I don't know. I'm throwing it on here. I think it belongs, personally. I don't think it's going to win, but I think it deserves a mention. Of course, Dan's giving it a 2. I didn't expect this one to win. I just wanted to give it its props, man, because it's like a really good cover art, in my opinion. For like, especially like for the movie, I think that like I call it the roughly 5 teens facing forward style cover art, kind of took over and like took over the whole like trend. But this was the cover art, dude. This was sick. Pop art. Ghost gives it an 8. I'm gonna give it a 6, man, because I sincerely like it. It's original too, I think, in the way of cover arts. Like, it's a very derivative like style of pop art, but like it's in the context of them getting the phone call. And yeah, I think it's cool. That's why I hated the sequels. The original was pop art. The sequels are not. I like all the sequels. Well, most of the sequels. But I get what you're saying. The one, like the first one stands on its own. But yeah, I think that's Drew Barrymore. They, of course, also have the Courtney Cox and Nev Campbell version. And I think they might have even had a Skeet Ulrich one. I might be wrong about that. But they might have had him on there too. Looks like Tracy Lords. A little bit, yeah. See, they missed an opportunity to make like a Scream knockoff with her. They could have not ripped off the cover art too. And I missed Ben's, my bad. Ben gave it a 3. Loves the movie, but not this art. Next up, we've got one of the best of all time. Hands down. I'm wearing it on a shirt. This is one of my favorite cover arts of all time. The Video Dead, man. A cover art that has no right being as fucking sick as it is. Like, sometimes I think it's my favorite cover art. It's got everything, dude. It's got like a zombie coming out of a TV, which is a kick-ass image. It's got the beautiful art, like all the gnarly like skin hanging off of his bones and shit. It's very like MTV era with like him coming out of the TV and like the font for the title and the colors, like, because they also have the yellow and red color scheme for it too. This is what I would give an 11, but alas, I can only go to 10. Ghost is giving it a 9. This one's got to have a strong showing, man. This is the one I want to win. Poster is better than the movie. True. That adds to it a little bit, man. Because this is like a Nightmare on Elm Street level movie poster. Like, this is the kind of poster that a big movie gets in the 80s, and it got slapped on the video disc somehow. Like, who? I kind of want to know who the fuck drew this, cause man, it's good shit. Dan gives it a 10. And that's it. I will go back. The smoke, the lighting, the shadows, so good. Yeah, I agree. Shards of glass flying out. Yeah. It looks like it's moving, right? It's a very like coming at you kind of shot. He's reaching out from the VHS tape to grab your ass. But yeah, I know we had a request. I'll throw it on there for Fright Night. Fright Night almost made the list. So I will throw it up there. Let me download this bitch. And then rifle through these and find it. A little bit of a blurry image. But what are you going to do? I grabbed it on a pinch. Fright Night almost made it on the list. And I believe it was Ben who suggested it. And if you got any more suggestions, like, let's not get crazy, but throw them out there. We'll talk about them. Fright Night, I'm going to give this one a solid 5 right down the middle. No, I'm going to give it a 4. I think one of the problems, and I know this is the original, but I think one of the problems with me is I associate this image more with Return of the Living Dead 2 because I saw it more. And it's not the same picture, but they're very, very similar. Just the like smoky face looming over a house kind of thing. But very good cover art for sure. My favorite vampire movie of all time, Fright Night. I believe it to be better than Lost Boys and Near Dark, personally. I'm one of about 15 people who has this art signed by the director and cast. That's really cool. I'm surprised that anybody knows who the director and cast still are. So it's cool, you know, that all like this whole physical media boom, as much as I'm bitter towards it now, it brought back a lot of like recognition to people who made some really kick-ass movies back in the day. Ben's a 7. First of the Cloud movie posters. And once we do this one, I'll go ahead and start Alright, and Dan gives it a 9. Ghost gives it a 7. Alright, well with that, we've got the initial scores clocked in here. I'm going to go take one more break. A real short one. And we will iron out. I'll get all the averages and we will figure out the official, definitive best cover art of all time. We're doing that tonight. But I will be right back with that. I'm back. Are you jumping on Jess's Evil Dead show tomorrow? Yes, I am. I will be there with bells on. I mean, Evil Dead is one of my favorite movie franchises easily of all time. I gotta be there for that, right? But the results are in. I've got a top 3. It was actually, there was one clear winner. If you've been keeping track, you might know which one it was. But we'll start with the third runner-up. And this is kind of a good order in my opinion. I might switch 2 of these around, but coming in at number 3 with a score of 9.25 is Army of Darkness. A very, very good placement. I think it deserves it. Number 2 with a 9.5. This actually all worked out pretty neat in this top 3. I'm just saying. 9.5. We got the one we just talked about, The Video Dead. I would struggle to put this at number 1 over the winner, but I might do it. I don't know. That's just personal taste. It's so crazy good. It's so perfect. It's a beautiful piece of art. God, it's so beautiful. But the winner, with a perfect score of 10s across the board, is of course Return of the Living Dead. Very well deserved. One of my favorite cover arts of all time. Like, honestly, the top 2 are my top 2. Video Dead and Return of the Living Dead. Those are my 2 favorite cover arts of all time. And I'm not surprised. This is well deserved. We did it. This will go down in history. It's on the internet forever. This is the definitive best cover art for a horror movie, or arguably any movie, in my opinion, of all time. Return of the Living Dead. Legendary piece of art. God, it's beautiful. Just look at it. Take in its glory. And that's it. I mean, if you have any, want to know specific titles, I can, figure it out and throw it out at you. But I'm probably going to upload this too. So I'll probably, throw it up on the screen right here. The final score in order or something. I don't know. Maybe. But yeah, that's our top 3. I think we did good work tonight. This was important. I feel like this was important, and we did it. And we'll do more of these into the future. But for now, we can all sleep soundly knowing that we have concretely decided on the best cover art of all time, and it's Return of the Living Dead, baby, with the Video Dead coming in second, and Army of Darkness, which I have a poster of right here, but it's the different one, coming in third. I actually think the alternate, like there was a couple of instances of this too. Like I know Night of the Creeps was one. The alternate cover art for Army of Darkness is right up there too. Like I do think that the one we showed does edge it out, but I always love it's the red one. I can pull it up real quick. It's the red one with the like where Ash is like holding up the shotgun and he's like surrounded by this one right here. That's a very strong cover art. I've got the poster right here. But yeah, that's not the one I went with. I do think the other one edges it out. I've just always kind of liked it. Shakma. Hard to top the cast. I mean, it's hard to top anything about Return of the Living Dead. It is like one of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. It's definitely the best zombie movie ever made. I love that it's like it's the first movie that I saw that portrayed like bad guys as normal people. Like every other movie of that era and like after, even usually punk rockers were like goons in movies, and that was like the first one that actually portrayed them as people. It's a special movie, man. There's a lot of special shit about that movie. Great top three, the definitive top three. We will never have to question this again. And someday when we're dead and gone and aliens like uncover our civilization's ruins and they think to themselves, man, I wonder what their best cover art was. They'll know. They'll find this stream and they'll know.